Hi everybody. Sorry I can't be there today. I'm actually out of town at a family wedding. But what we're going to do today is we are going to learn about Russian Christmas traditions, a little bit more about the Russian culture. Pay attention because as we go along, you will see that there are some similarities and some differences between our culture and Christmas traditions for those of us who celebrate and how they do it in Russia. So let's jump in. Okay, just some pictures. So what's interesting, and I don't know where my face should be. There we go. What's interesting about Christmas in Russia is that they don't celebrate it on December 25th like many Christian nations around the world. The reason it has been pushed back to January 7th, there's a couple different reasons. When Russia was under the rule of the Soviet Union, religion was not allowed, and so a lot of people pushed it back to the new year um, to celebrate it that way, kind of in secret. Also, what happened was some calendars are different than other calendars, and on our calendar that we use in America, December 25th is the day that we celebrate the birth of Jesus, and in other places it's been pushed back in different calendars, push it back a little bit more. So there's a couple different reasons that they really truly celebrate on January 7th instead of December 25th. Okay, so this goes along with just what I was talking about the decorations and this, like that, and the other thing. So Russians, they're going to do like we do. I know that my family, we have a big dinner celebration. We all come together. We decorate our house, our tree. We do all these different things. We exchange gifts with family members, loved ones, that sort of thing. So it's very similar, at least in my experience, and I'm sure many of your experiences, to how they do it in Russia as well. But like I mentioned earlier, when Russia became part of the Soviet Union after the Bolshevik Revolution, the Soviet Union kind of banned religion and holiday celebrations and things of this nature. So that's why a lot of people during or under the Soviet rule had to really celebrate in secret or push it back and make it part of their New Year celebration. And again, so you can see right here, you see a picture of St. Basil's and another cathedral, and Christmas kind of rolling into the New Year celebration under the Soviet Union. Okay, but since 1991 and since the fall of the Soviet Union, many Christian or Russians don't have to hide the celebration anymore, and so they choose to enjoy maybe a little more separation between their Christmas celebration and their New Year celebration. All right. Now, typically in Western countries, and the United States would fall under that, we get our presents from Santa Claus. In Russia, they receive their presents from a man named Ded Moroz, or in English, they would call him Grandfather Frost. Grandfather Frost is always depicted, typically in Russian culture, with his granddaughter, the Snow Maiden. She travels with him and helps him deliver his presents to the children. And you can see a couple depictions of Grandfather Frost and his granddaughter, the Snow Maiden. All right, now, when he comes around, he comes and delivers his presents in person, unlike Santa, who delivers them in the middle of the night and leaves them under the tree. You will see Grandfather Frost coming to Christmas parties and delivering his gifts to the kids and the children of Russia. Just like many of us, Russians decorate their tree with lights, and they'll do candles for the New Year's. They call their trees yolkas. So a Christmas tree in Russian, they call it a yolka. All right, now, something that's interesting about Russian culture is that Grandfather Frost and his granddaughter, the Snow Maiden, have an enemy, and that enemy is a Russian witch with metal gnarly teeth called Baba Yaga. And since Baba Yaga is Grandfather Frost's enemy, she wants to steal the presents that he gives to the children and make them sad because, enemies do what they can to hurt the other person. So that's the story of Baba Yaga. Interesting thing about Baba Yaga is that they say she lives in a shack deep in the woods, but the shack can stand up and walk around on chicken legs. Yes, you heard me right. And if you look down here just a little bit, you can see her little shack with it walking around, following her on chicken legs. Not really sure why. I looked, I researched, I couldn't find out why, but it's an interesting twist to the story of Grandfather Frost and the Snow Maiden and their challenge, or not challenge, to deliver presents safely to the children without them being stolen by Baba Yaga. And then on Christmas Eve, very similar to families in the United States, some families, not all families, but they attend church services, and they, between the services, they have a very large family dinner. And again, you can see my favorite, St. Basil's, in the distance. So what they start out with their family dinners is they start with a sweet pudding made of grain, honey, nuts, oats, and raisins. And my brain kind of thinks it's like a sweet pudding, maybe like a rice pudding mixed with a bread pudding, or almost like an oatmeal type, porridge type sweet treat, if you will. Now, think about what we learned about Russia's Christmas traditions, and think about, if your family celebrates Christmas, think about your family Christmas traditions and how they are similar and how they are different. All right, everybody. So when you're done with this, you're going to you're going to learn a little bit more in depth about the Russian Christmas tradition with an assignment. You're going to do a little scavenger hunt, if you will. I hope everybody has a lovely, safe weekend, and I will be back on Monday, and I will see you then. All right. Bye, everybody.